What do you say?
Well, I actually agree with the last part of what Shagun said, but Dr. Drew, I don't blame Justin Bieber one bit. You know who I do blame? Is his defense attorney in this deposition, because he utterly failed to properly defend Justin Bieber in this deposition. And let me tell you why, okay? He allowed the plaintiff's lawyer to just have free reign over the entire proceeding, to ask entirely irrelevant questions for the sole purpose of harassing and bullying Justin Bieber. That's totally improper. If I were his defense attorney, I would have immediately, vehemently actually, objected to these irrelevant questions. I would have instructed my client, Justin Bieber, not to answer, and I would have invited that attorney, that plaintiff's lawyer, to go to court and explain to the judge why he feels that information about Selena Gomez and Usher is relevant to his client's personal injury case.
All right. Now, his lawyer, this is another lawyer, says, guys, I know you guys are going to have a love fest after this instead of what you usually go through, but his attorney says... His attorney says it is our fault, our collective fault. That
Let's focus on this particular deposition. Shagun, hold on a second. Dr. Drew.
Hold on. Anahita, one question, I got to go. Your question.
I would I guess since I can only have one question, I would want to know why you chose to videotape this deposition, because obviously in California there's no requirement. It's the plaintiff's decision whether or not to videotape a deposition. So what was your purpose of videotaping it and then releasing it to the public?
I videotape every single deposition that I take, number one. Number two,
and do you release them to the public?
Open access to the courts is a hallmark of our Constitution.
Right, that's his right to ask for it to be
Anahita,
sealed.
You've got to leave it. Got to leave it. I've got to take a break. Next, Mark.
Plane to a very small island.
Anahita, Shagun, Cheryl, all back with this. Anahita, do you have a theory about this?
Well, you know, Dr. Drew, I think it's too soon. Everything is speculation. But with respect to the idea that this could have been terrorism, you know, there are some arguments here. You did have those two men, those Iranian men that flew on that flight with stolen passports. And so there's this man, Mr. Ali, who we don't know his first name, hopefully not related to Miss Ali that comes on this show. But he supposedly bought them these tickets with cash the day before the flight. So I think there is an argument that it could be or could not be, but I just think it's way too soon to speculate at this point.
Shagun?
That they are surviving. Shagun, do you think they're still alive, yes or no? Do you think that these passengers are still alive, yes or no?
I'll do you one better, Anahita. I say a prayer every day that they are.
Right, of course, and I think we all hope that they are, Shagun, but it's my understanding that you were saying
I said
that
I
it could
pray
be
every day. There's a difference.
That they're still
alive.
alive.
No. There's a difference between hope. There's a difference between hope and prayer.
Said earlier
I pray that they are alive.
I understand the difference, but my question to you is, do you think that the passengers are still alive? Do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, I don't know if they're alive. I don't know if they're dead, which is why, with faith, I believe that I should pray for them. That's all.
Shagun, this is what it feels like.
That's all.
Shagun, this is what it feels like to be Justin Bieber. I want to show you something from the show, A Current Affair in Australia. They interviewed a girl who had...
You know what? I don't want anybody to lose hope, but they don't have any... I don't think it's being reckless. I understand. But hold on a second. If this were a terrorist, either dry run, Anahita, okay. Anahita, you want to go for it.
Please.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, look, I just said earlier, I don't know what happened. Everything is speculation, but the facts are that the authorities have conducted an investigation and they found out that there were absolutely no links between any of these men and any terrorist organization. Right. And it could be arguably
that they
not
were definitive.
Iran. They were trying to seek asylum.
Wait a second, I have to agree with Anahita.
If he wants asylum, why sneak into the country illegally? Why not? That's also a perfect cover.
We're talking about Iran. It is a Muslim. It's not a democratic regime. So again, I'm not defending. I'm not making any sort of
Shagun.
I'm not making any sort of definitive statements.
15 seconds, Shagun. Then we got to go.